Super Rugby, round 15, the Friday games, two games, the results are in. This was probably the first time this season that I haven't seen at least one of the games in full. I did go out last night with some mates. They had the first game on at the bar, so I kind of paid attention to that. The second one, when this game finished, that one started, they switched over to the rugby league, so I've only seen the highlights. And yeah, I watched bits and pieces of the first one as the game went on. But hey, you guys can let me know what I've missed. The first one, Chiefs against Reds. The Chiefs get it done. But from what I've seen, it seems like they were pretty lucky. They had a fair bit of defending to do in this one. The stats, which I will get to at the end, are way, way lopsided. But in terms of the game itself, the Reds did go close early. They built like 19 phases. Chiefs managed to hold them out. There was a TMO call, and boy was the TMO busy in this one. No try, saying there was kind of a double movement. Then again, a few minutes later, Nana Saturo went and scored, at least it looked like it, out wide. Kind of like a rugby league style try where he just gets the ball down before he gets taken out. But the TMO said he knocked that one on. So TMO within the first 10 minutes had already denied 2 tries. Soakula on the 8th minute wasn't to be denied though. He did well to get the ball down. They almost kind of held him up over the line. Did the TMO have a look at that one? I don't think so. I can't remember. There was so much TMO. 7-0 to the Chiefs. Reds kick a penalty, 7-3. Atumoli gets his try on 22 minutes. The ref the TMO did have a look at that one for a little fumble in the lead up, but he was okay with it. They missed a fairly easy conversion, which is something Marty McKenzie seems relatively prone to doing. But then he kicks the hard ones. He's one of those. 12 points to 3 is what it was. Reds had another try, chalked off by the TMO on 32 minutes. Brad Thor must have been pulling his hair out, but they did kick a penalty because they had advantage anyway, so 12-6. And then Nana Saturo did finally get his try from a big, long, wide pass out wide. 19-6. Gets it down right on the sideline, and Marty Banks converts it like he's just the master kicker. So that's what I mean. He kicks the hard ones. So 19-6 is the score at halftime. Chiefs only had 19 points in the whole game, so they didn't score any points in the second half, which is usually kind of a death blow to any winning of a game, but they still managed to get the result, which is interesting. Second half, there was just the one scoring from Taniela Tupou, 55 minutes, 19 phases again. He finally gets the ball over, 19 points to 13. That's the way it finished. I mean, they did get held up right towards the end, so they went pretty close, did the Reds. But yeah, the Chiefs' defense just managed to hold them out. I spoke to my old man and my mum, who actually did watch the game, and they criticized the Reds for not spinning it wide towards the end. They think there was space out there, but again, I haven't seen the game in full. I've only seen the highlights, so I will leave it to you guys to tell me if the Reds could have done better there. In terms of the stats, run meters 466 to 337 in favor of the Reds. Possession 71% to 29 in favor of the Reds. Territory 73% to 27 in favor of the Reds. Tackling though, the Chiefs tackled to 88%. The Reds tackled to 82%. Both respectable. The Chiefs one is especially good for Super Rugby. But Reds 85 tackles. Chiefs 225. That is a big, big effort. They conceded 13 penalties to the Reds 3. So, yeah, man, the Chiefs did very well to hang on to that result. It still keeps them alive because, believe it or not, they are only, I think, 2 points off. I think it's 2 off 8th spot. So they're not dead and buried yet. They got the much-needed win. The Reds at this point are now down in 14th. They're still not dead and buried because they've still got 3 games to play, but they're going to have to go on a winning run. So one of those games, I think, is against the Blues. We'll see how that goes. The Chiefs host the Crusaders next week, so that's going to be tough. So this win is especially pertinent. And the Reds host the Jaguares, who have been in decent form, but we'll see how they go in the Saturday games. The next one, the Brumbies and the Bulls. Man, would you believe I picked the Bulls for this one? Man, 22 points to 10, and that could have been a lot more if Christian Lealifano had a better night with the boot. I think he only got 1 out of 5 kicks, so he missed, I think, 3 conversions and a penalty. So there's a fair few points left out there for the Brumbies, but still a pretty comfortable win. In terms of the scores, the Bulls got the first one with a penalty to Libok, like 2 minutes into the game. But then Kurandrani got his first of 3 tries, like 4 minutes. So that lead changed the first time. Kusak got yellow carded at a maul. So then the Bulls had a big scrum and managed to score a try during that yellow card period. So they got the lead back. It was 5-10. Yellow card, the Bulls score 7 points, which is about what you expect. If you score 7 points, that's good. If you score less than 7, then you probably didn't take as much advantage. And if you scored more than 7, then good on you. You did a really good job. So, but when they're back to 15 on 15, Kurandrani gets his second try after a maul. It seemed like kind of a little set play. Hit the ball at player pace. It was 12-10. That's how it was at halftime. So the Brumbies back in front. Obviously, the Bulls don't get any more points from there. This is what I mean. Like, if you don't score points for a whole half of rugby, it's pretty hard to win the game. Simone gets his try just after half-time, after a good little Liliafano and Spate 1-2 move. So that made it 17-10. Kurandrani hits a big pass out wide, 22-10 after that try, but again they missed the conversion. So 1 out of 5 with the boot plus a penalty on like 70 minutes. So yeah, 22-10. It's a bonus point win for the Brumbies. They were really, really good value for this win. Like I said, the scoreline doesn't reflect it because they missed like 9 points from the boot, so it could have been a lot more. It puts them first in Australia, third on points, so only behind the Crusaders and the Hurricanes on points. They're second with the conference system the way it is. Now the Bulls are behind the Jaguares because they were ahead on points difference. It's dropped them down, I think. But if the Jaguares lose, I think it's only a 1 point difference at the moment. The Jaguares will likely go back down again. So, yeah. Stats for this game. Brumbies 424 run meters to 261, so pretty dominant. Possession and territory relatively even, but edging to the Brumbies. Tackling percentages, Bulls will be disappointed with 74%. That's pretty low. Brumbies 84, pretty decent. Penalty count was pretty even. And the Brumbies have got the Sunwolves away next week, so definitely another chance to push themselves forward again in the Aussie Conference. The Bulls have got the Blues away, so I'll be going to that one and hoping the Blues can get a job done. But that South African Conference may need them to get a big result. I can hear my brother has arrived to pick up his daughter, my niece, so I'm going to go greet him. You guys let me know your thoughts on the games because you guys will have seen more of it than me. But hey, let me know your thoughts. I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.